Now, what's up, everybody? Madison Motor Works back here at you again. Let's see. We got a lot going on with all the projects in the shop, but today, it's a pretty special day, I guess.
Yeah. We did some Facebook finding.
Some old marketplace specials and got lucky.
And found a rear end out of a Ranger. It had already been cut down.
Yep. So, of course, as we all know, the rear end under this car is just too wide. We cannot make it work. We've tried and cut and tried and cut. And
well, it won't work for the height of the car that we want.
Yeah. Right now, with it sitting normal height, it works. But we don't like it. No.
It's just Grandpa leaned out, I guess the way you would call it. I don't want it squatted either, but it's not
hot roddy enough for us.
It's not the right ride height. So.
And then, of course, this is the rear end out of the 96 Mustang. And it is way, way too wide.
Yes.
So, as we said, marketplace. We've got a...
We're told 97 Ranger?
97 Ranger rear end. Unfortunately, it's a 28 spline, but it's going to work for what we need it for in this car.
We're not building a drag race application. So
yeah, we're not building a drag car. So this thing is cut down right now without nothing on it. It's 51 inches to the flanges where the back plates mount.
In here. So
we're hoping it'll be 54-ish.
It'd be great. It would set the wheels in just enough so we have all the clearance we need. And we'll go from there because we are running 8-inch wide wheels on the back.
Yeah, so that's where we're at now. So we're going to take, what we're actually going to do is take all this disc brake stuff and put on that because I found a form online and it showed us how to do it. So we're going to go over and do all that. Mm-hmm. But the first thing we need to do is see if this short side axle will fit in there, or if we're going to have to go to the LKQ or whatever and get one out of a Ranger.
Yes, another short side axle.
Yeah, because we have the one that is the proper size. So we're hoping this one is the same size, but we're going to find out. Knowing our luck, it's not, but
you never know.
Yeah, we got to take it apart to get the disc brake stuff off of it anyway. So
why not see if it'll fit?
Yeah, so I guess right now we're going to start tearing this side apart. Get the axle out of it, get the diff cover off so we can pull the C-clip.
Yep, and that's where we'll go with it.
We're going to start stripping her down.
Sounds like a plan.
So we'll flip this thing on fast record while we work. All right, y'all, so we got our calipers off. We got our hard line. We're not going to use that one because the rear end comes with one. So next to be a caliper bracket.
Sure.
And then we can pull the hubs off, or the drums off.
Yes?
Yes.
Rotors?
We can pull the rotors off. All right, y'all. So when we start recording the other evening, we had put these brake mounting brackets or caliper mounting brackets on the outside, and we quickly realized that that's a no-go, and there's a reason they cut them. So
we are to the point to cut them.
Yes, and
according to the Ranger Station website, because that's where we got our information from.
And this is a Ranger rear end.
It is a Ranger rear end. That's why we went there.
Yeah.
Be able to cut this here, and it'll slide over your housing.
Yep, just like that.
I think that's that side. But either way.
Well, it did say swap them too.
So it puts the caliper to
on the back.
On the back side instead of in the front.
Yeah, so we got that. But yeah, so we got our marks drawed out here to cut.
We're going to get that knocked out.
Get that knocked out and get them mounted. All right, y'all, so we got our brackets cut. That's what you cut off of them. And then you swap sides with them according to the internet. And it slides right over like so. And your hose should line up. My hose line up, your hose line up.
They line up.
All right, y'all. So now we're gonna put our axle back in.
Axle
Clips.
Yep. Yep. Got it.
A one wheel peel.
Unless we put a locker in it.
Oh. All right. So now I guess we're gonna try the brakes again.
Yeah, it seems like a
Next
lot.
step.
Seems like a lot to go through that. Just put brakes in.
All right, check it out, y'all. So, brakes is on. Spacing perfect. They spin.
They do things.
This one's good over here. So now we've got to address our brake line. All right, y'all. So we got our brake lines cut to where we want everything to sit. It's going to be something like that. We're going to figure out what to do with our bracket. Both sides, that's where it's mounting, of course. This side will be here, like I said. And then this will run right up the driver's side. How we have everything, or how we're going to route it, because fuel lines, everything run down the driver's side on this car. So
Made it the way we wanted to.
yeah. Which I believe that's how it was originally.
It was.
So yeah, so now we're going to flare them ends, put the Mustang flare nuts on it, and on to the next.
All right, everybody, check us out. Finally got all this mounted in. I know we just said that. We're working on these brake lines. And my partner over here, Josh, he come up with an idea. When we decide to mount these brake lines, we run off with a bolt, weld a bolt to the housing, put a nut on it. That would hold it good. This other side here fits pretty snug. So that's the idea on that. That's going to come after the fact once we get the leaf springs under it and check for all our clearances and stuff like that. So, all right, guys. But last time you seen on the last of this video, we have run the brake lines on this rear end. Well, we had a couple days to think about our life choices and decisions, and something that nobody wants in a hot rod car. You spin one axle. If
Who wants open diff?
Open differential.
Simple.
Yeah, so now is the time to make it a lot.
Limited slip. Or true track is what.
Pull in it, do whatever you want, right? Sorry.
Right. Now go ahead.
So the rear end that came out of the Mustang originally has what?
I think it's a true lock.
True lock rear end in it.
If not, it's a LSD.
Yeah. So that means limited slip.
Yeah.
So we are going to take and fix this 355 gear out of a Ranger rear end to make it have posi track when you want to have posi track.
Yeah. So basically, we're going to swap carriers.
Yes.
We're going to keep the ring. We're going to put the ring on the other carrier, put it in here, and then it should be locked or have a lock option when you get on it.
And that makes for more fun on the street, obviously.
Yeah.
But now's the time to do it. We've contemplated over the last couple of days. Had to work.
Yeah. So we've talked about it over the weekend, and it is set in stone now. So we're fixing to start tearing this rear end back apart.
Once again, for the hope.
Which it needs to come apart to clean some of this stuff up.
We need to get it painted. And there's some welds around here. I'm not real happy where this one bracket fit.
Right.
I mean, everything works. It turns, it spins, it does its job. But I'm not happy with this one thing here. But for this application, we are going to have some fun with the car.
Yeah. I mean, if you ain't having fun with it, what's the point?
Right.
Sit in the shop and look pretty. No.
It ain't that pretty right now.
It
but
is.
Eventually, yes, it's going to be pretty. And we'll be able to race some sand in it.
Yes, sir. So, brake, calipers, everything's got to come back out, which is fine.
If you guys
totally
want to
fine.
watch us tear it apart, or you want to pause it and get back with them in a minute, either way, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, we'll flip it over on fast record and tear it apart and
That sounds like a plan.
give us some more. All right, so stick with us and enjoy. All right, y'all. So now we've got the axles out, the C-clips are out. So now pull these 4 bolts right here. Keep everything oriented in the same position it's in on the same side.
This is my side?
Yes, your side. Same bolts in the same area.
Right. Same bolts in the same area.
Yes.
Smells real.
It smells very good.
Real rough there.
And if you look at it, they have, let's see if I can get it in this shot. They have arrows. Wait a minute. They have arrows. And that points to the outside of the axle. So now there'll be a race and a shim on each side. And keep those side specific also.
Okay. Kind of learning experience for me here.
Yeah, I've never done it either, so see if I miss shot. Okay.
And you want
Just grab it and pull it up.
the race?
And the whole thing comes out as a unit.
Yeah.
Just be careful and watch you.
Are we happy where that's sitting at?
Sure.
Or does it need to be where the pin was?
It don't
Doesn't
matter.
matter. I think it's the thing.
Here, oh, hold on.
What is it? All right. There's your shimlet and
That's sure.
so.
All right, y'all. I got all the bolts loose on it, so I'm gonna screw them out, and
Well, I'll hold the carrier if you
I got the gear.
hold the gear. And there it is. Simple enough, huh?
Yes, sir. All right, y'all. So we got the both ring gears off of both carriers. So this is the lock. It's a track lock
Track lock out of a Mustang.
out of the Mustang, and this is the 355 gear that goes in the other rear end.
Pattern or star
Yes.
pattern or
All right, y'all. I got the torque wrench out. See if I can get it. Oof. Oh,
told you zoomed in.
I got her set to 80. It looked like it was a little over, but it's dead on the line. So I'm gonna zigzag cross star pattern it.
I'm gonna try attempt to help hold this steady because we don't have it. We got it tight in the vise, but it's not super tight in the vise.
There's
Hey.
one. Two.
And one more. And that's torque to spec
Shoot, yeah.
per Ford. And we're gonna use this torque wrench on the center bolts of the housing also.
Yeah.
So
It's the same torque specs from what I read online.
don't even have
So
to move it.
lay this over here.
We'll get her set in then, huh?
Yes.
Well, there it is. That one slid in. That one slid on.
Pumpkin.
Done. Simple enough. Oh,
Yes, sir. I love it. You ready?
yes, sir. There we go. Yes, sir. One more time around. That's it.
Yep.
And in the front, and look at that. Fancy, ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
So over the past couple of weeks, we made a narrowed.
A narrow Ford Ranger rear end, 410 open, or 355 open
To 355 track lock.
to a 355 track lock now. It's good stuff.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. Like we said before, I'm gonna clean this up. Take my bracket back off, I guess, and clean it up or get it painted. Got a little bit of play in it.
Yeah.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what you want. You don't want it real tight so
Yeah.
it won't spin.
And it spins good. All right, y'all. So we got the old Comet jacked up. We're trying to just roll it out from under the car, but it's still clearance issues because that's what this thing loves. So I'm gonna take it. Drop my microphone.
Well, that unbroken.
All right, yeah, but we got the rear end. We're fixing to try to shimmy it out.
There you go. You got it.
But if that's it, that's about where my mark was, 2 inches from that. Roughly.
It's gonna work out good, I think.
All right, so I guess we're gonna drop the leaf springs.
Yep.
Take this wheel off.
Put it on dolly.
I'll put it on jack stands. Upside downwards.
Upside downwards, yeah. you there. That'll work. I think it's gonna work. It looks like it's gonna work.
It's gonna be very close. We'll run into other clearance issues, I'm sure, like
Bump stop.
yeah, the bump stops.
Who needs a bump stop?
We definitely have to cut these guys off. But yeah. All right, let's get to work talking about it ain't getting nothing done. Yes. So what you doing over here?
All right, everybody. We taking these leaf springs off. Figured a little easier to do out here than sitting underneath the car. So
yeah, it
taking
is.
this apart, we're gonna get some measurements here, put everything together and slide it under the car. And then we're gonna weld the spring perches that we made because there ain't no place in South Carolina
or Georgia,
or Georgia unless you want to drive all the way down to Atlanta, Summit Racing down there. They got some.
And I don't think we'd make that a quick trip.
No, that's
About the hour and a half to get there, hour to get there, and then we're gonna walk around for 4.
yeah. If I ever get in that store there, I'm gonna go broke. But anyway, long story short, so we got some spring perches that we made. They're kind of cool. Josh is fixing to weld them up, and I'm taking these apart. So we're going to get all this piece together so we can get under the car. Wheels on, tires on it. Set the pinion angle, and we're going to tack those spring perches in, and then we're going to burn them in.
Yes, sir.
And it's kind of crazy to have to put it all together, take it back apart, but it is what it is.
The name of the game.
That's it. That's hot rodding.
All right. So here I am with our spring perches over here. I got it set up, getting ready to weld it and everything. That's what it's going to be like when I get that. Well, I can't put that one on there, but I guess I can give you a somewhat of a simulation. Going to be like that. And we put a
3-inch.
This should be 3/4 to an inch drop on this.
Yes.
And then our 2-inch blocks wherever they are.
On the back of the car.
On the back of the car here. So we'll put them on top of it. We made these the other day, but we weren't happy with it, so we're redoing it.
And the new ones that we made look pretty.
Yeah, they do look pretty.
Actually. Put a little effort into it.
Yeah. Yes, sir. All right, so I'll flip this thing on fast record and just record us working for a bit.
That's it.
And we'll turn it back on.
Yes, sir.
right, y'all. So we got the rear end back put together. We're getting ready to slide it under the old Comet here. We just got it rough mounted together. Nothing's perfect. We're gonna get our alignment and everything. Once we get it mounted, the leaf springs hung under the car.
There it is. That way we can check wheel alignment. That's our wheel. Make sure our wheel don't hit the back of this leaf spring.
Yeah, make sure that we get it centered.
I don't think it's going to.
What?
Yeah.
It probably won't.
It'll be close.
But yeah, so we're gonna put this thing up on the tripod there, and we'll be back in a few minutes. All right, here it comes in. All right, y'all. So yesterday evening when we was putting this rear end on the old car here, sometime or another, the phone died.
No more video.
Yeah. So anyhow, we got her hung. It worked out great. Everything's good. So it's ready to tack the spring perches on.
Yes, sir.
And
then guess what?
And then we got our drive shaft and everything. The end swapped over. You can't see it. And the flange on the Ford Ranger is different than the flange on the Mustang. So now we got to go up here to this Mustang rear end and pull that flange off of it. So we're going to go do that real quick. Swap them around and we'll be good, I hope. Yeah. And we gained all the room too. Let me get these bolts. You can see our holes, they just do not line up here. So we got swap flanges out on the rear end. Other than that, everything looks pretty good in here. So no more scrubbing in the rear end, and that's a big deal. All right, y'all, so we got our drive shaft flange on the rear end put back on here. Let's see if I can get in here and look over these stupid mufflers. We got everything mounted right there.
Stupid 3.5-inch nut mufflers. All the way in the way, looking cartoonish.
Yeah. So our drive shaft is connected. So I guess we're about ready to
put some wheels on it and get it on down the road, man.
Yeah, we'll put some wheels to see if this thing will make a trip.
Make a trip.
So we can find what else is scrubbing.
Man, it's been a challenge, isn't it? We knew it was gonna be that.
Yeah. At least we know nothing in the rear end should scrub.
No, we got plenty of clearance now. So let's get her buttoned up and head on down yonder with it.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Nice. All right, we was about to put the wheels back on it like we said a while ago, and we remembered we still have to seal up the diff and put fluid in it. So luckily we remembered before we tried to go down the road in it. So Dean's over here cleaning the back cover off.
A mess. Got a little bit of rust on the inside of it somehow.
Yeah. Getting that all cleaned up pretty good.
Oh yeah. So how you gonna put fluid in it?
I don't know how you're gonna. I'm gonna watch. I'm just here for the experience.
Right on, man. Right on. Yeah, the old dude, he put a lot of grease on this thing, man.
He loves him some red and tacky for sure.
I'm trying to tell you, and it is tacky.
And it's red.
And it's red.
But yeah, all right. So we're gonna get this, put fluid in it, and then on to the next deal. All right, y'all. Well, we got her set down on all four wheels again. Put some oil in it. Check the transmission fluid.
Sort of.
We're going to check it when it's running, I guess.
Yeah, make it a little better, I think.
Add some, checked all of our fluids, just make sure everything was topped off. I guess we're going to see what this rear end does. See if it's two car things.
It's a bit of act right. Make sure we ain't geared. Cars need to jump.
Yeah, that battery would.
Do what?
So I'll tell you what, I'm going to pause this real quick. We're going to take our microphones off so we can hear the car. And we'll be right back. Oh, wind blew it out. Oh, wind blew it out again. Well,
I don't know, I didn't like it.
got smoke coming off the manifold or the header. When we put oil in it, we spilled a little. It's all right. It'll burn off. Struggle's real. Oh no! It's right here. I need some, Mark. But yeah. All right, so we're gonna put some trans fluid in it and see what it'll do. We'll be back when we get her outside.